It shall be done, my lady. We began our investigation by asking the residents of the town that we met. I recall the route that we took as we did our shopping. This is the central district. The closest person here should be the lady at the general store. Question time for doing. Wow, what's it? I forgot the phrase already. Just put in some legwork. We'll just keep it simple for now. We come across the well-rounded lady whom we purchased a map from yesterday as she was cleaning her storefront. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Oh, welcome back. Is there anything I can help you with today? Actually, we have a few questions about Rune. Do you mind sharing a bit of your time with us? Rune? Oh my, what could that be? Huh? What do you mean, you don't remember us? What are you talking about? Don't play jokes on me. Of course I remember what happened a day ago. She's the girl who was with us. Huh? The girl who you were with was Sarah, right? Looks like we have to use Sarah from here on. What's wrong? Your faces look pale. Yesterday she introduced herself to us as Rune. Oh my, I wonder why she would do that. I apologise for our rudeness earlier, but I'd like to clarify things. The girl who was with us today is named Sarah, right? Could be yesterday, that one. Yes, that's right. The lady shakes her head. Sarah has been assigned to maintenance work on the power grid here. I see her maybe once a month. Power grid? You see that box looking thing over there? He points to a box sitting in the corner of the store. There are a number of log cylinders jutting out of the box, extending down into the ground. What is that? You don't know about the grid? You sure are behind the times for people being so young. You know about the mana mine outside the town? They extract mana from there and send it through pipes to every household here. There's some kind of filter or something or other in that box that has to be replaced once every month. And the one who does that for us every month is Sarah. So her work isn't just excavating in the mines. That's why I'm sure of it. Maybe you've just heard wrong? That can't be. It was very particular about her name when she said it was when she was talking with Selphine, so I remember it clearly. Now, why did she use a pseudonym? A reason to intentionally use a false name. Perhaps she was part of some kind of scam. No, if this were a scam, then Rune would have taken me up when I offered the mana. If they were both accomplices, then that would have made much more sense. However, Rune refused my offer without a second thought. So, if this isn't a scam, then what could it be? Alright then, does anything come to mind when we mentioned the name Rune? Rune, eh? Well, it's just a normal girl's name. She stops talking mid-sentence. Her expression darkens as well, or so it seems to me. Now that you mention it, I remember one particular girl named Rune, but this story isn't a pleasant one. What do you mean by that? At the White Houses, there was a girl who was named that. Oh, I mean the family, not the company. But apparently she died about 6 years ago. She died? I don't really know the details myself, but it's just an old rumor, so I don't know what is and what isn't truth. But it's a fact that the Rughzenhaide family had a daughter named Rune. Well, I've never seen her since, so maybe the rumor of her dying it really is true. Could we have the details about that story? That girl was the devil in disguise. Some people believed that and others didn't, but I'm sure she was. That damn girl should have never been born in the first place. Wow, whoa. Where the hell is this coming from? But please calm down, we are talking about a mere child here. Was she a little naughty? Regardless of what happened, she was a little child. Referring to her that way isn't very fitting. If we were talking about any normal child, I agree with you there. But you you just don't know who she was. That's why you can still think that way. What kind of terror did she bring along this place? Are you that certain? I'll have you know I have 3 kids of my own. I've experienced more than my fair share of bratty little kids. But that Rune, she was just worlds apart. Everywhere she went, you can bet disaster soon followed. It's hard to imagine her lying about all this. But she was still a child, right? How do I put it? She'd make your hair stand on ends. I heard rumours that she would be violent when out of sight, but when you meet her in person, she'll be oh so prim and proper. It was almost sickening. She acted very mature even though she was just a little child. Every time you spoke with her, it felt like she was planning something. At the age of 7, she managed to put that kind of pressure on an adult many times her size. You understand what I meant if you met her too. Well, not that you can though, now that she's dead. Say, Ritona? Yeah? She mentioned Rughzenhaide. Look, I need to get this from Wise. I fucking just say it as I want. Do you think they have anything to do with that Rune person? Wait, don't tell me did you actually meet Rune? Yeah, he was a while back. We were at the Central District. Oh my word, that's just unheard of. What do you mean? I never heard of him ever just walking around town like that. Was that Rune related to Rune somehow? He was his little sister. Poor Rune. He was still so young, but both his parents and his little sister passed one after the other. Now he has to manage the entire company all by himself. Wow. Excuse me. Oh, I'll be right there. Sorry girls. Looks like story time's over. Got a customer. Haha, sorry for calling by during business hours. We appreciate the information. Thank you. His little sister. Looks like we've gotten more questions than we have answers, eh? Is the little girl we met yesterday Rune's little sister? Well, I wouldn't bet on it. What makes you say that? Maybe the rumours that she died were all wrong. She did say it was a long time ago, and that she doesn't remember so well. If that is true, then that means Rune treats his little sister as an object and forces her to work in the manor mines like a slave, wouldn't it? Maybe it's something that isn't out of the ordinary for this country. Even if it wasn't, you'd be waving that red flag, saying there's danger ahead. I certainly don't want to imagine that kind of scenario though. Ritona? What is it? Are you alright? You're looking a little pale. I'm feeling slightly lethargic. There's also a heat I feel. It's quite unpleasant. It's strange, every muscle in my body is slowly losing tension. The matter inside me seems to be diffusing outwards, thanks to the osmotic pressure on the difference in mana concentrations. I'm fine. But more importantly, how are you feeling, Selphine? I'm feeling perfectly fine. Alright. You must be feeling mana shock, right? I wonder why I feel perfectly fine. This is just a theory. It is said that the use of mana has an effect of shortening one lifespan. Royalty needs to live as long as they possibly can as well. That being the case, they don't use craft in their day-to-day lives. Using craft that they could instead have an intended performance actually considered taboo. They mustn't trouble themselves with the hassle of daily routine. There are far more important things for them to concern themselves with. Naturally, Selphine is no exception to this. It's probably, unlike me, you don't use mana craft on a daily basis, which means the onset of symptoms takes longer. Also, you did kinda use mana before in the bar, so that probably didn't help at all. A small relief. If my symptoms worsen, I can use that as a basis to determine when the onset of mana shock will occur for Selphine. Ritona. Milady? This is another order. Selphine looks at me straight in the eyes as she continues. Take care of yourself. If you feel that you're in danger, I want to leave the outer pole immediately. So please, if it comes sooner than the 3-day limit, then let me know as soon as you can. I understand. For the time being, I truly do feel fine. Your inner monologue says otherwise, but this is probably just my unfamiliarity with the sensation I'm experiencing for the first time. Okay. However, we don't have any concrete plan for while we're here in the outer pole. That's not exactly very good. However, asking around isn't very effective either. Is there someone who knows the ins and outs of the city who we can speak with? Say, Ritona? We should ask Heinzman, shouldn't we? He probably knows a lot of things. Yes? Yes, there we go. How about we ask Heinzman? Heinzman and fucking... Oh, we finished chapter 3 already. Chapter 4, Spearing the Shadow. Huh. Gruwal's apparel, glad to be closed. What, again? Oh, right to the middle of the day? Is he at the tavern again? The tavern at this time of day? No, I think he's inside. Huh? I gently push against the door, and it opens. Knew it. Can we just go in like this? Most likely. So you're not 100% sure? Wait for me. Hey, Heinzman, are you here? I intentionally call out for him in a loud voice. If my hunch is right. Oh, there's someone over there. Looks like I was spot on. Selphine quickly hides herself behind my back. Heinzman, sorry to intrude, but we need to talk with you. He is not sewed up well at all, has he? There's something there, Ritona. I hear some creepy creature's voice. It's alright. That creature's pretty weakened right now. The voice I hear from behind the shop sounds like the distillation of all the hatred in this world into a single audible groan. That's kind of a weird way to describe being hungover. That hits the spot. Heinzman smacks his lip at the food that Selphine cooked up to help him recover from his hangover. If you want seconds, just let me know. This man just experienced the greatest luxury of his life. A country's princess just cooked him up a meal to help him through his hangover. You better be grateful for that meal. Are you mad, Ritona? Should I cook you up something too? I'm not angry. Not in the slightest. Not in any way. Oh, this stuff just brings you back to life. Hey Missy, how old are you? I'm sure you sure know how to cook up a meal to sober an old drunk like me. I just love cooking. I mean, cooking up stuff like this every time Ritona gets drunk. She is such a heavy drinker, isn't she? She's a massively heavy drinker. I cover Selphine's mouth at the speed of light. I'm trying to imagine drunk Ritona. It'll be a funny sight to see. Hope we get to see that. Selphine, now that we've settled down, why don't we move on to the reason why we're here? Oh, right. Please don't share information that doesn't need to be shared. No idea what's going on, but looks like I owe you once again. You got a question? Shoot. Thank you. But before we get into that, a Totoro's meeting again. As he declares out, God damn it, it's already back. He's already back on the drink. As he declares it, he takes out a flash from inside his pocket. We're speechless. Sarah? Nope, can't say I've heard her before. She was the other girl that was with us yesterday? Well, I've never met her since yesterday then. Basically, the only people I know are the customers of my shop and the regulars at the tavern. Is that so? Suppose she doesn't come around this part of town all too often. He does have a point. She did say that it was a long time since she last had a meal at the tavern, which means it's very rare for her to come here. Does that store also use that power grid? You girls from a distant era or something? Of course it may use that power grid. Apologies, we're rather behind on information about this place. It ain't just this place, there's not a single place on this entire island that doesn't make use of the grid. You got your own issues to deal with, right? You're going to need to look into... You need to look into that stuff or else you're not going to be able to follow the conversation. If you don't do your research beforehand, everyone's gonna give you the evil eye, got it? Thank you for the warning. Damn, how many times have we been warned about this already? Anyway, well, so about Sarah. Apparently she's working for the Rughzenhaide Enterprise. She handles changing the filters on the grid. Wouldn't she come here every so often for that? Nope, and she is with Rughzenhaide, then all the more reason for her not to come here. How come? Manor on this side of town doesn't come from Rughzenhaide. Ours come from Haves. That's right. They're the one and only rival to Rughzenhaide. Wait, this is their names are just going to be really annoying. All these names. Instead of siphoning mana from the ground or mines like Rughzenhaide extracted from the air and purifies it. From the air? The air here has no mana. We're in the outer pole, right? But the border between this place and the inner pole is full of it. I really don't get the details myself, but that mana from the air, what was it? Colored mana or something? I see. The colored mana isn't like the purified mana you get from the ground. You can't just use it as is. Purifying that mana and then distributing it is what Rughzenhaide does. Boy, all these damn companies. Well, anyway, I don't know about their free time, but Rughzenhaide's companies aren't going to be coming here on company time, that's for sure. Well then, do you know about a girl named Rune? Suddenly. Oh, we stepped onto a landmine of a conversation topic, didn't we? Oh, this is not going to be a good conversation. Twine freezes. The moment he heard the name, he reacted just like the lady from the general store. Rughzenhaide took a large swig from his flask and breathed a small sigh. That's a pretty heavy name to bring out. So was Rune really that much of a problem child? Problem child? That's too light. She was the devil's spawn. Another comparison to the devil. She took out my nephew's right eye, really. What? What? What do you mean? Sorry, but I don't want to talk about this. And I don't want to spit on the grave of a child who's kicked the bucket. No, what's the matter? I figured I really shouldn't stick my neck in where it doesn't belong, but you two did save my life and all. There's a man named Albas in Rughzenhaide's Enterprise. If there's anyone who can answer your question, then it's got to be him. For the meantime, head to the tavern tomorrow. I'm sure you'll meet him there.